Hey everyone, good morning. Welcome to the Teach Better Today morning show, where we have the opportunity to be a part of your morning, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern. The Teach Better team loves being live. We love hearing from our audience, and we love communicating with all of you about how your day is and starting off your day with some fun, but also maybe a little bit of value. No promises. We'll be right back, and we hope that you are kicking off your morning with a really great cup of coffee, tea, maybe some water. We'll see you soon. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Teach Better Today morning show. My name is Rae Hughart, and we have Joshua Stamper in the house. How are you, Josh?
I'm wonderful. Talking about coffee, I have cut down to just 1 cup a day.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm ready for just 1 cup a day, and it's going to be wonderful as I just partake.
Guys, if you are not watching over on YouTube and you're listening on Teach Better Talk podcast, he held up the largest cup
What?
at all time.
What? This is small.
Okay.
Your mugs don't look like this?
The joke is like, I guess technically with the camera, like you can make anything look big or small, but that is the biggest cup of. How much does that hold? Like a whole pot?
So, oh yeah, this is ginormous. And so, yeah, a teacher of mine bought this because
like,
I
let's
absolutely love.
compare.
Yeah, it's like as big as my head.
But I feel like it's kind of like deceiving because technically I could hold this up and be like the biggest, but it's my hand. I guess giving it perspective.
Yeah. So even far away, it's just as large. So yeah, it was pretty fun. It was around Christmas time, so I would just walk the halls with it and just pretend like it was no big deal and just sip from it while I was talking to a teacher, and it was always fun to eventually get their reaction.
That is so good. I feel like, okay, it probably is too early because it's only the end of August, but it probably is too early to talk about like Christmas gifts for staff or Christmas gifts for leadership teams, but that might be one that you jot down.
It was amazing. It's one of my favorite gifts, and it's extremely memorable too. It was a fun gift, and plus it was something that I'm interested in. My staff knew, like, don't talk to me in the mornings unless they smelled or saw coffee like in my vicinity. So not that I communicated that to folks, but it was quite obvious that was needed in my system prior to hearing different problems and things that were going on the campus.
Oh goodness. Yeah, I will say I have my morning routine of a coffee, and I will even say it's like a Nutri-Grain bar. I'm not kidding. I eat this every day. They should sponsor our podcast.
Yeah.
Whatever this one is, like the honey and oat.
Mm-hmm.
I live on
classic.
These. Yeah. And it's a good like morning start. It's a part of my morning routine. I know it's silly because it's just like any granola bar I'm sure would do, any cup of coffee I'm sure would do, but this is my morning routine. I like it.
I think routines are healthy and needed, and especially in education, it's something that we need to make sure that we consistently have. And I enjoyed it. Like it's joyful to partake in something that I really enjoy. So I think everyone needs a little joy in the morning. So if it's a Nutri-Grain bar or a cup of coffee, I mean, something needs to routinely be set for you.
Or tuning into the Teach Better Today morning show.
Exactly.
As a part of your routine.
Yes.
Every single morning at 7 a.m. Eastern.
I love it. I think that's a perfect relationship.
Little shameless plug right there. Would be good. Josh, I know we have like a really intense topic we're talking about later, and I'm a little intimidated by it. Like I feel like we should stall a little bit because today we're talking about toxic positivity, which okay, we're not going to get into it yet, but like before we do, I want people to mentally be prepared because this is like a hot topic. It's a hot topic.
It is a very real topic.
It's a very real topic. So before then, do we have any Teach Better spoilers we could share? Is there anything going on?
Oh, you would know better than I feel like your fingers on the pulse.
Yeah, can I spill something that's coming not next week, but the week after?
Please.
And it's not public. So like if you're listening, good. And if don't like tell everybody.
Well, Jeff's not here to say no, so I mean, like, I say go ahead.
Right. Okay. So one of my favorite parts of my role with the Teach Better team is getting to be in schools. And I've gotten to be in schools a lot in August, which I love. And I know Katie and I have talked about that at previous shows, like the love of not only going once, but like being there multiple times throughout the year and just getting to know our community even more by being in the trenches. But something that we're doing, not this week, not next week, but the week after, I think it starts September 8th. For whatever reason, that date's in my head. We are doing a free professional development giveaway. Have you heard about this?
I have. Yes.
Yes. So you do know it's coming. So literally you just apply, and I don't even know how many we're selecting. To be honest, I hope it's way more than 10. I feel like 10 is the number in my brain, but maybe it's 100. Who knows? And it could be an endless number, but we're giving away free PD, and it could be like full district, full school, but also could be just like whatever department you're in, or like it could just be like for you and a small group of friends. I love the free PD giveaway. I feel like I haven't done one in ages.
I do remember seeing folks saying that they got Starbucks cards from the Teach Better team, and they were super excited. So I mean, we do once in a while we do some giveaways.
We do some giveaways, but I'm excited for the PD giveaways because
yes, it's different.
I never want money to be the reason that a school district or a school building like can't get good teacher support. Like that's a new pet peeve that I've just developed learning more about the school systems and finances. Is I hate that like money can dictate making teachers feel good about their profession, like helping that process. And so we do a lot of grant writing, and I think I recently sent out an email that like we literally write grants constantly with school districts. So if any of you are ever interested in that, feel free. But giving away free PD like eliminates the hurdle of money. Like I love that. So.
No, I was laughing because in Admin Mastermind earlier, we were talking about money and celebrities that could sponsor and all this. We went kind of down a rabbit hole, and you were just like, I want anyone that has a ton of money just to give it to the schools. And
is that bad? Okay, is it early to have a really heated debate? Guys, in the comments, I won't have a heated debate. But yes, previously in our Admin Mastermind, we had a discussion like, would you accept a financial donation from anyone? Anyone. And my answer, which was the unpopular opinion.
You said it, not me.
Was absolutely, because I know that I will make sure the money gets spent in a way that serves students and staff and stakeholders. And everyone disagreed. And I know that this is like a gray area, but like,
all the admin were like, nope, I don't want that attached to my name.
And then we decided, like, what if it was anonymous? Right. So that's what makes me mad about this whole thing is not everyone, but a majority of people were like, if it was an anonymous donation, then yes. And I'm like, that's a cop-out answer. Like, that means you will accept the money. You're just not wanting to condone the person that gives you the money, which I am totally supportive of. Like, if the worst person on the planet, insert whatever answer you want there, donates money to my school, I'm not going to be proud that I'm not like supporting that person's ridiculous terribleness, but I can use it because money is good. And I want my kids to have money.
So for those who are watching, throw it in the comment section if you agree with Rae and you would just take money from anyone.
This is still something I'm stuck on. I posted on Instagram. I'll post it again on Instagram. Be like, guys, give me your thoughts.
I think you just want to prove that your answer was correct versus what everyone else said.
I just want to know why I'm in such a minority. It's not that I disagree with you having a different opinion. It's that I really am so shocked I'm that much in the minority.
Well, but you see a need that there needs to be more money funneled into education and resources. I mean, like that's a given. Like, so what is the solution to that? And
it's to rob a bank. That's it. It's to rob a bank.
How did we not think of that earlier?
I know. Maybe this is like, I don't need a donation. I need someone to approve me robbing a bank.
Some way to get that funnel of money in. Yes.
That'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go figure out how to rob a bank. Let's get into our team talk, though, because I'm really nervous and excited to have this conversation. So we'll be right back. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Teach Better Today morning show. We really appreciate you tuning in. And if you are listening over on the Teach Better Talk podcast, thank you for subscribing and giving us a 5-star review. If it's not 5 stars, then you can keep your opinion to yourself. And is that bad? That's fine.
No.
I'm accepting money from anyone, and I'm only willing to accept 5-star reviews.
Rae, can I just say that those commercials are fire?
Oh, you know that when you compliment me, I take it for real. I really appreciate you saying that.
No, I love them. They're wonderful.
You are the video graphic guru. So the fact that every time I make something that Josh compliments me on, I'm like, oh my gosh, am I blessed? Is my face red?
Whatever. You do not give yourself enough credit. So I will publicly right now tell you did a fantastic job.
Is it just the tunes? I feel like it's the music that bumps me up during that.
No, the fun thing too is I get to see behind the scenes of the progression of where it starts to when it's finished, and it's pretty fun to see the final product and the process prior. And you did a lot of work. You did a wonderful job.
Well, thank you. I'm excited. If those of you who have not tuned into our Sunday show, Sunday is now featuring a special live stream that is streamed exclusively in our private Facebook group over at teachbettergroup.com. That has live interviews. Brad Hughes is hosting that, and that is its own set of commercials. So if you guys haven't tuned into that fun, there's some good stuff over there too. You can even get more shebang, different tunes, different graphics. It's so good.
Shebang.
Shebang. All right, Josh, we're talking about my favorite and least favorite topic of all time. I feel like this was in existence forever, became very hot topic during COVID. Obviously, it's the beginning of the year. I'm hearing a lot of people share their opinions all over again. So I want to discuss toxic positivity. Now, I do want to say, just to set the expectation, that people in our community, I'm sure, have been accused of having toxic positivity. People in our community, I'm sure, have been frustrated by others having toxic positivity. I think that we've all seen the spectrum. How do we even approach this topic? Good luck, Josh.
Well, I think this occurs often for convenient purposes, and I don't know if it's always intentional. I do think it's about perceptions, and perceptions are reality. Let's not just push it aside and say it's not real if people think, oh, that's toxic positivity. But I think as far as my lens as an administrator, I think if people have interpreted that I have communicated it in a way that it is toxic and just trying to push it aside, it's more because of my schedule and convenience of trying to push through to get to something else. And so what I guess am proposing for folks that are watching is positivity is great. There's nothing wrong with it, but there's a time and a place for that. And the way that you're communicating it is really important because go ahead. What were we going to say?
Can I pause you and can we define toxic positivity? Because I'm worried that we all have different views. I don't know if there's one way, but for the sake of our dialogue, so that we're all speaking common language, how would you define toxic positivity?
That's a great question because I do think people interpret different ways. I think the way that it's been communicated to me is to not take in what they're really talking about and just throwing out a one-liner of, oh, we're going to get through this, or everything's going to be wonderful. And, just trying to
it's kind of
discount what their feeling is and their emotion and just trying to glaze over and just kind of put this well, everything's just going to be fine.
Yeah, I like it's discounting or belittling the the negative
Yep.
or the pain that comes with whatever negative you're dealing with. Okay. I think that's a pretty solid. If you have anything you want to add to that definition, let us know in the comments. Because I really struggle with this concept because I have been I've been accused numerous times of having toxic positivity, but I actually believe that there is a way to be positive, to share the light at the end of the tunnel or the silver lining, while also being true to acknowledge that hard times and pain exists in a circumstance. And I think in August, and I know we're wrapping up the month because then we're heading into September, but like teachers are walking in the school year knowing that every hurdle on the planet is in front of them, but they're going to be successful because they are too passionate to not be successful. That to me is not toxic positivity. It's a hopeful, quite quixotic mentality of believing you will overcome any strategy in front of you. And I think that there's like a fine line that can be, I appreciate you saying this earlier, that can be misinterpreted. It's knowing perspective. Being positive is not bad. I want to make sure that people in our community that wake up with a smile on their face, even though they have, horrible things going on, doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong, but it's finding the balance of allowing others to understand perspective and then still benefit from seeing those silver linings. Because it's exhausting to also ignore the good things in life, right?
Well, yeah, and as an administrator, I was in a problem-solving mindset all the time. So too often I wouldn't sit there to listen and acknowledge what was the problem. I was already trying to solve whatever was going on. To say like, oh, we'll get through this, we'll find a result, it'll be fine. And again, that was probably more of a convenience and time management piece in there too. So a lot of times I was like, don't judge my heart when my mind is going 1,000 miles an hour. Like, because, like I had to kind of preface that because I didn't want it to be interpreted that, there was some type of toxic piece going on there or like that I didn't appreciate them or value the emotions and the things that were going on. Because I know teaching and education as a whole, it's an extremely stressful and difficult time. But at the same time, I didn't want to like dwell in that and only spend my time in that space. I wanted to like problem solve and collaborate and trying to figure out like, how can we move past this to find a better result? So that was my issue.
I wonder if there's kind of a routine or an equation that we can follow as educators to share positivity that stays away from it being criticized as being toxic positivity, but allowing us to still be an uplifting person in the room. I'm so much a routines person that allows me to not have every single step in my day be difficult, but really lean on the procedures that I've already put in place for myself to be successful. And that's true at a classroom level. That's true at a personal level. I just find that to be really helpful for my own stress management. And so maybe the equation comes with like beginning with listening, beginning with naming like the hurdle, naming the challenges, and then acknowledging people's negative or stressful reactions to those things, but then also having an uplifting perspective of the silver lining or the hope for the future. I think that takes care of enough of people wanting to feel heard, and then also adds in more of a solution-minded wrap up. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I love it. I think, when I had staff members call me out, and not just with talks about positivity, but just anything, a lot of times I didn't even realize it was occurring or that was how it was felt, amongst the staff. So I always appreciated folks that would communicate that to me as far as what their needs were and how I could meet that, because oftentimes I didn't know, and I would have to try to be a mind reader in situations where I didn't understand that that's how it was interpreted. So, for folks to come in and have that conversation with me, and similar to what you're saying, was extremely beneficial for me to change my habits, the way I was communicating, or, how I could, serve them better next time. So I always love that feedback.
No, I think that's great. I'm excited to hear from all of you in the comments how we can challenge each other to find this balance, to be a voice of hope for our colleagues, for our stakeholders, for our students, but also acknowledging the human element that comes with every challenge that we encounter day to day. We'd love to hear from you, not only in the comments here, but in direct messages. Josh, I'm so glad that you were able to join the show again and we're able to be a part of this dialogue, because I think this is a very cautious balance that is something very important for us to focus on. So I really appreciate your voice in this conversation.
Well, I love being here with you, Rae. So thank you for having me.
So good, friends. We hope to see you on the next episode of Teach Better Today. And if you have a moment, feel free to tag a friend who you think would benefit from our conversations and send us some ideas on how we can keep bringing more value to youth via the show. We'll see you next time over on Teach Better Today. Bye, friends. Hey, Teach Better community. Thank you so much for joining the Teach Better Today morning show every single weekday at 7 a.m. Eastern. We have so many resources for you outside of this live stream at teachbetter.com, including blogs, podcasts, and professional development that will bring our team to your school. Wherever you are listening from this morning, please make sure you are sharing and celebrating the incredible educators in this world. And hey, if you are listening over on a podcast to Teach Better Talk, we would love a 5-star review. The comments are always so entertaining. We'll see you tomorrow.